Hi, I'm Tony Mastro, Aerial Sales Manager North Region for Spartan ERV. We're here at the Voorhees Township, New Jersey Fire Department to take a walk-around tour of their Quint 66 ladder truck. Everything's riding on a Spartan cabin chassis. This truck is built on a Spartan Gladiator LFD with the Evolution fascia. Some of the things that you see on the front of the cab are the full-size grille, the severe duty front bumper, and the modular headlight package. Up above the windshield, you see two AC-powered brow lights as well as the light bars. We have a full-width driver's access cab door with an exposed front step. The door opens to a full 90 degrees for easy entry-exit. And there are two steps leading up into the floor of the driver's cabin. The steering column features a tilt and telescoping arrangement, and the seat is adjustable for infinite driver positioning. Inside the rear cab area, this truck has seating, and you see an EMS cabinet located between the two rearward-facing seats. Here at the back of the cab, we have a full-height equipment storage compartment with forcible entry tools and some fire extinguishers. Moving rearward, we have the fire pump operator's panel with all the controls and connections easily located for ease of use. This truck includes 3 pre-connected attack line hose beds. There's one 2.5-inch hose line, 200 feet long, and 2 1.75-inch hose lines, each 200 feet long. These can be arranged for various different sizes and lengths of attack line. The pump operator's panel itself includes all the discharge valve controls and intake and discharge connections. We have a typical connection package here with a 6-inch intake, 2.5-inch auxiliary intake, and 2 2.5-inch discharges. The valves for the smaller discharges are manually controlled. The intake valve is manually controlled. The main intake valve is power operated. The large diameter discharge is power operated. The aerial waterway discharge is power operated. And the aerial intake connection is power operated. By removing this central panel, you can gain access for service and replacement of most all of the valves and their seals. There's a pull-out operator's platform for the pump operator to stand on while the aerial is in operation, to reduce the chance of electrical hazard if the aerial makes contact with electric lines, and the pump operator is at his position. There's a compartment above the front outrigger. Here we see some salvage covers. This large locker-style compartment is set up to support the fire pump operator with multiple various adapters and connectors and nozzles. Inside here you see a slide-out tray, various adjustable shelves. This is the breaker panel for the onboard AC generator to turn accessories on and off. And this is a frequency meter to show the output of the generator. Moving back, we see the middle compartments, and these are all full depth. See additional accessories like hose stored on slide-out, tilt-down trays for easier access and reloading. Here we have a rope bag and other accessories, again on a slide-out, tilt-down tray. In the rear body area, we have another large equipment storage compartment, this one designed to hold vent saws. Inside the compartment, you see one available choice of interior coating. This is a Zolatone epoxy coating. There are other choices available, such as satin finished DA-sanded aluminum or stainless steel, or speed liner, a tough thermoplastic coating that will withstand hard abuse. To utilize otherwise wasted space, these storage modules are designed for various options of storage and equipment accessory mounting. This particular one is set up for ladder belts, but there are choices for pressurized water extinguishers, additional SCBA cylinders, wheel chocks, etc. Moving rearward, we have an access ladder assembly to the turntable area. The access ladder pulls away from the body to create a comfortable climbing angle, and there's a drop-down step to enable easier access onto and off of the access ladder. Moving to the rear of the apparatus, we have a ladder storage compartment that contains a variety of different size ladders, a 35, a 24, a 16, or a 14, and this area can be configured for different collections of ground ladders. We also have a roll-out hose storage tray inside the ladder storage area. This roll-out hose storage tray has storage for 400 feet of 2.5 or 3-inch hose, as well as a small amount of 1 3/4 hose. The locking mechanism of this roll-out tray enables it to be stopped at various positions along its length of extension. That prevent it from sliding out to full extension. The roller bearing system makes it very easy to roll back into the stowed position. In addition to the hose on the rollout tray, we have the main hose bed for storage of large diameter supply line. This particular truck is set up to hold as much as 1,200 feet of 5-inch hose in one continuous lay. Here, we have the right side outrigger controls. These electrical control levers control the outriggers on the right side of the truck, and there's a corresponding set of outrigger controls on the left side. Inside this compartment, we have control of the engine speed, the out feature of each of the front and rear outrigger beams, as well as the down function of the down jacks. There are also green indicator lights to tell the operator when the beams are fully extended and when the jacks are fully lowered to the ground and loaded. There's also an emergency power unit switch that activates a 12-volt backup hydraulic pump to run the outriggers in the event of main engine failure. This connection enables connection to another supply of water from another engine in the event the pump on the truck is already engaged in an attack or if there's a failure of the onboard pumping system. We have another compartment at the lower rear area. This particular one set up to store a smoke ejector. Behind this panel is the main supply line hose bed. And again, we have various modules for various storage solutions in the right side wheel well panel area. This particular collection includes storage for hose, additional SCBA cylinders, a salvage cover, and again, the auxiliary outrigger jack plates. At the forward area of the right side of the body, we have additional compartments. This one's set up to store a water cooler and a bucket of oil dry on a roll-out tray. We offer vertical tool boards that slide out for storage of tools vertically on pack track tool panels that can be arranged for adjustable mounting of tools and accessories. And these mounts enable changing them later as the equipment collection changes. Above the forward outrigger on the right side, there's another compartment This one's set up for cribbing and blocking. This compartment could also hold a cable reel or additional slide-out trays and shelves for various pieces of equipment. Moving forward, we have the right side pump panel. The upper area includes a compartment for an electric rewind cable reel connected directly to the onboard AC generator. This cable reel carries 200 feet of 10-3 power cable and a 4-outlet junction box with a locator light and various connectors. The junction box stores in a bracket, and there's a rewind button to take up the cable. Here's the other side of the cross-lay hose bed arrangement with a 2.5-inch pre-connected attack line and 2-inch and 3/4 pre-connected attack lines. Here on the lower panel, we have an additional 2.5-inch auxiliary intake, as well as a 6-inch main intake. There's a 5-inch large diameter discharge and two 2.5-inch diameter discharge outlets. Here again, the central access panel is removable to service the interior components of the pump. By removing the elbow adapters and connectors from the connections on the pump panel, you can remove this entire center section to gain access for service or parts replacement. Inside this compartment is the electric control for tilting the cab. Here in the right side pump step, we have a recessed hose well to store 25 feet of 5-inch diameter soft supply line. There are a variety of intake and discharge outlet connections available that can be customized for each individual agency's requirements. This is only one of many that are available. Here on the right side of the cab, we have another full-height long tool storage compartment. You see some long-handled hooks and some shovels, as well as a couple of fire extinguishers. And then the right rear cab access door and the officer's access door. Here on the dash, forward of the officer, you see a mobile display terminal set up, a speedometer, and an officer's information center to display various working conditions of the truck. This truck includes the barrier clear doors that leave the lower step exposed, and they open out over the top of divider rails on highways. There's an additional door available that completely encloses the lower step where harsh road conditions might be better covered. To activate the aerial ladder power system, the parking brake needs to be engaged and the transmission needs to be in neutral. Then you activate the aerial power switch. Activate the fast idle system and extend the front and rear outrigger beams. And then the jacks are lowered to the ground. In order to level the apparatus on a downhill slope so that the aerial ladder rungs are level when the ladder is rotated to the side, you lower the front outriggers until the apparatus is level. Open the turntable control console. Turn on the master power switch. Pick up on the control lever lock and start to raise the ladder. The controls will allow multiple functions simultaneously, so the ladder can be lifted, rotated, and extended all simultaneously. Here at the tip of the aerial ladder, we have a bolt-on tip extension. This tip extension is bolted to the main ladder fly section in such a way that it can be easily removed and replaced in the event of damage due to over-aggressive ventilation or poor placement of the tip of the aerial against buildings and window frames, etc. By removing these 4 bolts, this entire tip extension can be replaced even in the field. The shape of the forward handrail section is unique to the Spartan ERV ladder. This forward sloping handrail section makes it easier to gain a handhold while getting from a roof or a windowsill onto the ladder, or when exiting a ladder to climb onto a roof or into a windowsill or balcony. The tip of the ladder is equipped with 120 volt powered quartz lights connected directly to the onboard generator, 12 volt spotlights connected directly to the 12 volt system of the truck. There's an intercom system to provide hands-free communications between the tip of the aerial ladder and the turntable and/or pump operator's position. We also have continuous blue LED walkway lighting to illuminate the climbing area of the ladder. And this LED walkway lighting is available in blue as shown here, red, or amber, or even green. As an option, we have a tip-mounted rope roller assembly. That includes a rope guide pulley and 2 250-pound capacity lifting eyes. The assembly is removable, and it's pinned in place with these safety pins. The aerial ladder is equipped with a telescoping waterway, capable of delivering flows up to 1,500 gallons per minute. And at the outer end of the water pipe, there's an electric, remotely controlled monitor with wireless control capability. You can operate this nozzle from either the tip of the aerial, from the turntable control console, or from a portable keypad up to 400 feet away from the truck. In addition, we have a pre-connected tip discharge outlet connected directly to the telescoping waterway. By closing this butterfly valve and opening this quarter-turn gate valve, we can supply a hand line to extend into a building or across a rooftop. The aerial waterway system is equipped with a latch at the outer end of the ladder. The latch enables the water pipe and the water monitor to be secured at the outer end of the third section or the outer end of the fly section. In order to disengage the monitor and the water pipe from the outer end of each section, you release the lock and change to the other position, or back again. In order to reduce the sliding friction of the ladder sections and to eliminate the need for grease on the side rails and the underside rails of the ladder, Spartan ERV developed a unique and patented roller-assisted slide pad system. These roller-assisted slide pads make contact with the underside rails of the ladder to support the load of the extending and retracting ladder. There are rollers installed underneath the first moving section, the second moving section, and the third moving section. As the ladder extends and retracts, the wheels making contact with the underside of the ladder sections roll in order to dramatically reduce the sliding friction of the extending and retracting ladder. This rolling action makes it possible to offer a ladder with dramatically reduced sliding friction without the need to apply grease to the side rails and the underside rails of the ladder.
The aerial's range of elevation lets it lower to 10 degrees below horizontal to support rescue in a river, pond, or roadside ditch. The ladder can reach downward to 12 feet below grade. The ladder climbing area is wide open. All wiring, hoses, and cables are placed outside of the climbing area and between the handrails to maximize climbing space and safety. If parked cars or other obstacles are in the way, outriggers can be partially extended or short-jacked on one side.
Those consisting of a pump, a tank, a hose bed, a certain collection of minimum required ground ladders, and a power-operated aerial device of 65 feet or greater. When an apparatus includes all 5 of those major components, it's defined as a quint.